Welcome to this data cleaning tutorial. This is the second of 2 tutorial videos for this project. This video covers how to build a 2-visualization dashboard. Excel software is slightly different in the Windows version versus the Mac version. This tutorial video covers both versions. The appearance of the worksheet may be slightly different under the 2 operating systems, but the worksheets will have essentially the same functionality. Where the instructions differ for Mac versus Windows, there will be a text box on the slide that applies only to Mac users. Before you start the project, be sure to update your version of Microsoft 365. For the project, Microsoft 365 Excel is required. For update instructions, search on the web for Excel 365 Update Windows or Excel 365 Update Mac. It's pretty quick to update, so take the time now to update. You need to use the Excel app installed on your computer for this project. Excel Online will not work for this project, nor will the Excel app on a phone, tablet, or other mobile device. Let's start by opening the Excel data file that you worked on in part 1 of these 2 tutorial videos. The file that you open will have just one worksheet when you open it, although some of the screenshots that I share in this tutorial have several worksheets. Now we are going to create our first pivot table. Click anywhere in your data. On the Insert tab, click on Pivot Table. The Create Pivot Table dialog box will appear, showing the range of data. Click OK to create a pivot table in a new worksheet. A new worksheet will open. Double-click on the Sheet 1 tab and rename the sheet Calculations 01. In the Pivot Table Fields box on the right of your screen, click on the Editable or Non-Editable lowercase field and drag it down to the Columns box. You will see the pivot table being built on the screen. Now drag the Total Revenue field down to the Values box. By the way, if the Pivot Table Fields panel ever disappears, click in the Pivot Table or click on Field List in the Pivot Table Analyze tab to bring it back into view. Now we need to format the pivot table. Right-click in cell A5. In the drop-down menu, click Number Format. In the Format Cells dialog box, click Accounting. Use the decimal places arrows to show 0 decimals. Click OK. Now we will create a pivot table slicer. On the Pivot Table Analyze tab, click on Insert Slicer. In the Insert Slicers drop-down menu, click on Transaction Year Edited. Click OK. Click the bottom resizing handle of your new slicer and drag it up so that the 3 slicer buttons fit. Click and drag the slicer into position to the right of your pivot table. Drag the right resizing handle so the entire slicer title fits in the slicer. Go ahead and click the different slicer buttons to see the data change in your pivot table. Now we will make a pivot chart. The data in the chart will change as we click the different transaction year buttons on the slicer. Click anywhere in the pivot table. On the Pivot Table Analyze tab, click on Pivot Chart. In the Insert Chart dialog box, Column Chart is the default, so just click OK. Right-click one of the gray field buttons in your new chart. In the drop-down menu, click Hide All Field Buttons on Chart. Click the Chart Elements icon to the right of the chart. Check the boxes for chart title, data labels, and legend. Be sure no other boxes remain checked. Click on the chart title and change it to Total Revenue for Edible and Non-Edible Products. Now we will copy the pivot table. Click anywhere in the pivot table. On the Pivot Table Analyze tab, click Select. In the drop-down menu, click Entire Pivot Table. Then hit Ctrl-C to copy. Click in cell J3 and hit Ctrl-V to paste the copy of the pivot table. Click in the new pivot table. Drag Edible or Non-Edible out of the Columns box. Then drag Inventory Item into the Rows box and drag Inventory Type into the Filters box. Now we will use the filter field to just show the snow cone inventory type. Click the drop-down arrow in cell K1. In the drop-down menu, click Snow Cone. Click OK. Now we will sort the pivot table by the total revenue. Right-click in cell K4. In the drop-down menu, click on Sort. In the next drop-down menu, click Sort Smallest to Largest. Now we will make another pivot chart. Click anywhere in the new pivot table. On the Pivot Table Analyze tab, click Pivot Chart. In the Insert Chart dialog box, click Bar. Click OK. Right-click one of the gray field buttons on the new chart. In the drop-down menu, click Hide All Field Buttons on Chart. Click the Chart Elements icon to the right of the chart. Check the boxes for axes, chart title, and data labels. Be sure no other boxes remain checked. Click on the dollar amounts at the bottom of the chart to select them and hit Delete. Click the title of the chart and type Total Revenue for the snow cone inventory type. Now we will make a dashboard. Click on the plus icon to add a worksheet to the workbook. Double-click the new worksheet tab and name it Dashboard. We are going to make the row 1 of the dashboard the title row. Click the border between rows 1 and 2 and drag it down so that the row is about double in height. Select cell A1 to S1. On the Home tab, click Merge and Center. If your screen is smaller than mine, you will only need to select through the last column that appears on your screen. Select the newly merged cells. On the Home tab, click the Fill icon. In the drop-down menu, click Orange Accent 2. Type Sales Analysis Dashboard for the dashboard title in that merged cell in A1. Select the title. On the Home tab, increase the font size to 26. Then change the text color to white. Return to the Calculation 01 worksheet. Hold the Control key and click on the slicer in both charts. Then hit Control X to cut those items. Navigate to the Dashboard worksheet. Click anywhere in the worksheet and hit Control V to paste. Click on each piece of the dashboard and drag it into position. Use the resizing handles if necessary to change the size of the charts to fit your screen. To make the dashboard easier to read, we will remove the grid lines. On the View tab, uncheck the Grid Lines box. And here is what the completed dashboard should look like. Your spacing might be slightly different, but it should look basically like this. You can click the slicer buttons to change between current year, 1 year prior, and 2 years prior. This video was created and narrated by Dr. Wendy Tietz. Have a great day.